Welcome to the stream, everybody. It is Thursday night, 8:40 here, and we are into the grind. Villain's drawing dead here on the first hand of the stream, so thank you for bringing the good luck. We are going to actually be taking a break. We've been playing for a little bit, um, but house has been quiet, so we figured we'd fire up the stream here. But we are going to sit out quick, take a quick break, and then we will be right back to the grind. But for now, play these tables out until the big blind's up, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Queen Jack over here, under the gun open. We just let that go. E7 suited down here. We are going to E7 the limp. If we got cold 4-bet here, we're mostly going to be folding. And basically your strategy with like the ISO raise here is against such a tiny 3-bet, we're not going to be folding. We're going to proceed with caution. We're just looking to hit the flop at this point. The odds are just kind of too good to call, considering we have an ace and we're in position. We're going to be in a pretty good spot against a lot of his range. And this, like, continuing on this board is going to be dependent on his continuation bet sizing. When he goes 3/4 pot, we'll just let it go. We do pick up pocket aces here. We 3-bet. This guy full called, so we're just going to be attacking his range. He calls. It's going to have some pocket jacks and some pocket tens, so it's not a super great run out, but we're just going to keep attacking. He's also going to have jack, queen, king, jack, ace, jack. Even like pocket fours, pocket fives. You could have like 6-7 suited, all kinds of hands. So we're not beating like a jack 10 suited type hand, so money just goes in. Doesn't snap off, so it's not tens or jacks, so we should have the best hand here. It's probably like jack queen. We do take it down. Interesting. So down here, villain 3-bet us. We opened out of the gun. He 3-bet from mid position. We decided to just call. Flop went check check. Then he's blasting overbet blasting turn. I don't super believe him, but I think his sizing, it's like way harder to make a mistake by folding, especially like an ace high hand when villains are overbetting, so we can get out of the way pretty cheaply without making a huge mistake there. Obviously, we do 4-bet quite often with the ace king off there, but under the gun, mid position, raise 3-bet. We can definitely call some portion of the time with ace king off. Ace king suited, we're likely 4-bet and getting it in like 100% pretty well. And then you just mix in some bluffs like ace 5, ace 4 suited, and that kind of stuff. Camp here, bump the 6-7 suited. Bit loose under the gun, but we do open it some portion of the time. I've actually been getting like min 3-bet all night long on a whole bunch of different tables so far. I do have a bit of cold brewing, so you'll have to bear with me. We're just looking to hit a flop here, obviously. Let's let this go. Okay. Villain checks back. It's going to be tough to get anything to fold. But when we have 7 high here for a 10 big pot, I think we have to try at some point in this hand. That's fine. We won't be long. We are back. Um, Dr. Fukoyuf 9290, welcome to the stream. He asks, how many hours do we play per session? And that just varies for us because we have a lot going on. It kind of just depends on how much time we actually have to play, realistically, for the session. But usually somewhere in the 2 to 3 hour, like ballpark, I would say, give or take. Okay, we're gonna bump the ace king suited. Drew 3 bets. We will be 4 betting here. And we take it down. Okay, fold. Down here, we have 7-8 offsuit in the big blind. Under the gun opens. Um, okay, so that should be popping up. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, thumbs up button if you are just checking out the stream. Really does help promo it, and it does push sort of the stream out to other people. Seeing people chatting, seeing people interact with the stream really helps promote it. So we're just here grinding poker. Okay, I bumped King 4 here into Drew. He lets him go. We jack offsuit up here on the button. Villain opens. We will be 3-betting some portion of the time here against a nittier opponent. And we'll defend the 9-6 suited at some portion of the time here. A bit of a light defend, but I do know Quantum, so it's a little bit fun to play uh, with people that you know sometimes. And given this hand, we have a lot of backdoor equity. Jack King's actually going to be really good for his range, though, so we're just going to bow out of that one. Move on to the next one. Down here, we open button, ding dong, sorry, fish dong here. Um, like min click 3-bets it for like the 100th time. So we're just going to call down and essentially just let him do the betting for us. I think at any point if we raise, we're not really going to be doing anything useful with our hand. I think we're only going to really get called by things that beat us. And once he checks river here, we're just going to bet pretty much no matter what. Even though we are chopping and our kicker doesn't play, he's obviously a bit all over the place. So it's going to be worth trying to get some funds out of him. Could argue maybe going a little bit smaller to try to induce calls out of weaker hands, but I think sizing is okay. Down here, Queen 5 off. We're just going to fold this time. Um, Villain in big lines, though, is really tight, so you could definitely argue just raising there. This is probably going to be profitable because he's just going to fold so much. And if he doesn't fold, he's going to fold to a c-bet on the flop a good portion of the time. I think I'm just going to defend, or not, sorry, defend, but I think I'm just going to call the king queen off here. It's a weird spot to 3-bet and get shoved on against Heisenberg. And now we're just going to bet small when he checks to us. So given his stack size, I don't really expect him to think that we would just start like bluffing into him, and he's slow playing like aces or kings here very often. So I think we're gonna have a significantly more profitable play by going bet small, and then just shoving the river on him. Okay, down here we're gonna 3-bet ace queen suited. So for those of you guys who checked the stream out the other day, we did take shots at NL 100. We told ourselves we had a 3 buy-in stop loss. We lost 4.5 buy-ins in a very short period of time. Couple big hands, couple sets that didn't go our way. Set over set, and then set into what was it, a rivered straight, something like that. Uh, and then aces in a 4-bet pot into a set of sevens. We're kind of the big ones, so it didn't go so great, but we will be taking shots again very shortly. We'll get back to it. D. Lenny A asks, what does the purple tag mean? The purple tag means they are a tighter recreational. Or sorry, regular. They are a tight regular, not recreational. The blue tags are just kind of like unknowns. They're like Rex, but they're not, mega whales. Um, I'm actually looking at some of my tags right now, and I think some people need some updating here sooner than later. The light blue tags, so I'm getting a bit of a cold, but the light blue tags are basically the more recreational type player. The purple are the tighter regs. The blue are just like recreational players, but not like, you know, recreational players, if you know what I mean. Um, and then brown I have as good thinking regs. Um, and then orange I have as very good thinking regs. And I think that covers pretty well most of them. Orange is more like the creative sort of reg style that like, okay, what are we doing? Chatterbox, that's what I'm doing. Pretty sure what we raised, he called out of the big blind. We bet flop, he called. We bet turn, he called. River's the king. Um, the issue, look, yeah, 10 and 3. So it's like, honestly, he probably just has a flush draw or a straight draw, or he has a king. I don't think he's going to call two streets with Jack X, just given how tight his stats are. And the reality is, if he does have a straight or a flush draw, we win. I don't think he calls turn with the jack. So I think we just check give up. And then we'll reassess if we're incorrect here. Yeah, you had the king. That's expected. I don't think he calls anything worse for two barrels on the river there. And we're going to three bet the queen jack off up here some portion of the time. And over here, we're going to isolate with the king three suited. Okay. Not much action going on right now. Okay. We got a 10 deuce. We got a 9 deuce. We got a king three. So a lot of folds going on. Jack five, 10-4, deuce. Oh, got a little playable hand over here, depending on the action. Okay, we'll bump it up. Um, just editing this stream title here for a sec. Okay. So we got the Queen Jack down here under the gun. We will open at some portion of the time, fold at some portion of the time. Nope, that's not a good title. Interesting. Let's try. Try that. Up here with King Jack, we're just going to see bet. We haven't been paying attention here, so just bear with me for a second while we make some mistakes. All right, we'll go with that one for now. Save that. And we're going to double barrel on the heart. Let me get Poker Bankroll trailing. I'm going to assume they're going to have a lot of ace X here in their range. All right. Sorry about all this. I've just been trying to get the stream set up a little bit better here. Okay. Okay. Back that up. Raise that. Fold. Fold. Folding on pretty much every table. Okay. Down here, we three bet the ace queen. Great flop top two. Obviously, the money's going in here. Unfortunate when villain shows up with pocket sixes or pocket eights, but there's nothing happening with the money going in. Unfortunately, he does just get out of the way. Okay, I think we got everything organized here. For the streams, Jack 2 suited, we bump it up. Here, villain limped, King 7-5 flop. We are going to continuation bet here. No action with aces. Take it down with the Queen Jack. Jack deuce suited. We flop bottom pair. Villain calls. Seven's pretty good for his range. I think we're just going to check give up on this one. King's actually really good for our range. Villain leads out though, so we'll just let that one go. We're not ever really going to raise a king too often. We're not really going to get called by anything worse. Soul Squeeze 2 asks, where in Ontario? I'm sort of in the, like, what do you call that? Kingston area-ish, give or take. It's just like between Kingston and Ottawa. Okay, we bump the 7-5 suited. Anybody who is just checking out the stream, feel free to hit that thumbs up button and help promo it if you're on YouTube. If you're over on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow. And appreciate everybody who is here. And we're just going to keep kind of pushing through. Okay, up here we have ace 7 offsuit. Okay, down here with the queen at 10, we have 2 overcards. Villain opened under the gun. It's a pretty standard lead out from us after calling big blind. Calls. And we are going to continue barreling on that. And calls again. I think we'll just give up after the double barrel. Yana asks, who are the top players in this pool? I don't really know. It's kind of all in your opinion, I suppose, for a lot of that kind of stuff. I think Quantum's pretty good, Lenny's pretty good, Drew's pretty decent. Um, it's only NL 50 though, you know what I mean? So there's no like high stakes at NL 50. But those are kind of a couple of guys who are pretty decent. They play up stakes as well. So 3.56. East King over here. We see limp calls, blast flop, or check flop. So we just made a mistake not betting that flop. So we're just gonna fold here with the Ace King hand. Should have like we ISO'd him, we should have just C bet on the flop. And that would have been that. Okay, down here, pocket jacks. How many times is that? It's not very much. We'll just defend this time. Okay, not going to be looking to fold the jacks. You know Paul Ambrose? I do not know Paul Ambrose. I did not know that he was from Kingston, though. That's interesting. Okay, we defend the jacks again here. Small blind 3-bet us. We called. If they come out blasting on this board, we are going to call. Checks on the king, which is interesting. So I think we'll just check back turn here, and then we will call pretty much every single river. It doesn't make a lot of sense for him to not bet if he has a king on the turn. I mean, I'd guess maybe he got the max there, but he should be blasting that king when he actually pretty much always really. Okay, we're going to 3-bet the 6-5 suited, and then we are going to 3-bet some portion of the time. And we're going to squeeze the ace queen suited. I need to get a streaming deck or something because right now, like jumping screens is tied directly to It's tied directly to jumping the screens, but it's on my keypad. So when I type in bet sizing, I end up getting burned a lot. Okay. Down here, we open button. It's not too many bad turn cards for us. We'll value bet here, though. I don't think he has ace queen, ace king very often. Um, I don't see too many worlds. I'm just wondering what calls here. It's probably not much that we call. Like ace jack, it might check turn some portion of the time. I'm actually not sure if I should be shoving this for value or not. I think ace queen, ace king just jam turn pretty much always. Ace jack probably does the same, but ace jack might be the one hand he does check turn with. I doubt ace queen does. I think we just check down and chop it up. Yeah, it's probably checking like ace eight, ace nine, ace 10. Ace nine, obviously not when he makes two pair, but yeah. Makes sense for him to check ace 10, I guess, because we have lots of ace jack, ace queen in our range. Ace queen should just be shoving because ace queen is essentially the nuts ace because I never have ace king, right? Like in that spot. Okay, we threw bet the queen jack suited here. And down here we're gonna open king 10 off. Soul Squeezer says he just switched over from PLO to no limit hold limit. It's been an adjustment. Yeah, it's definitely um, plays smaller and obviously tighter when you have two cards and not five. But some of the ideas are similar, right? But I don't play a lot of PLO at all. Usually I just get stacked when I play PLO pretty consistently. Okay, we're gonna three bet the pocket fours here, pocket sixes. We're just gonna continuation bet. I actually don't like my sizing here going super big, just because Villain's only got 60 big stack. So I think we should be going smaller so we can still double barrel. If we go three quarters, he calls, and then we go any sizing pretty much on the turn. If he jams, we're just misclicked the jack five offsuit. See how that plays out. Okay, we do flop bottom pair. Yeah, we take it to. Okay, over here we ISO the ace eight suited. So we limp called king seven, called the flop with not a lot. He did get there on the turn though. So we lost that hand. Over here, we barrel the raise pre, get called, barrel the flop, get called, barrel the turn, get called. Um, we have the ace of diamonds, so it makes diamonds less likely. He knows we're going to blast that ace quite often, so I think I'm going to block bet river, and then I probably call if he raises us. And he has two pair, story of the night. Drew's been running hot tonight against us, anyways. Okay, we're going to three bet here. Let's take it down. Eat a bag of donks is here. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, we're gonna three bet the ace queen off here against the min open. I don't really know what to think about this. We have all the nutted hands here. Pocket nines, maybe. There's not much we can do there other than fold. 9-10 would make sense to attack there with 9-10, and if when we have or pocket tens as a bluff, I guess would make sense. Um, Down here, we raised. It went call call. He led flop. We called. Checked. Turned. We led. He called. Rivers the king, and we just are going to be going for value. So trying to read the chat and play is actually way more difficult than I ever thought it would be. When there's actually like a few different people chatting with 8 tables up and running. Okay, here we're just going to be continuation betting against this villain on this particular board. We can assume they don't have like ace queen, ace king, stuff like that. 8-9, 9-8 are definitely going to be in his range. It's not a great card to double barrel on. Just check back. I think we'll take a bet check bet line and just try to fold out when he just snap calls. Um, I was going to say, and I think a bet check bet line and just fold out, try to fold out his like weak pocket pairs there that a lot of villains are going to be calling with. The 9-10 we can defend with some portion of the time. And we're going to want to be looking at some table swap spots. Just because a couple of our tables are getting really, really shitty. Spades, of course he has spades. We just got burned on another table. Didn't have it up on the stream, but there's not much we could do there. We rivered a straight, he rivered a flush. Could argue folding when he leads into you, but I think there's not a whole lot we could do in that spot. Okay, so we're just gonna leave this table quickly, pull over a new one, readjust a couple things here. Okay, we got pocket queens. Bump that up. NL20, so Soul Squeeze, it says NL25 is drastically softer than NL50. Yeah, I mean, depends on the time of day, but it's kind of holds true that NL25 is obviously significantly softer than 50, 50 significantly softer than 100, and so on and so forth. Um, but I think like NL100, NL50 is quite a bit softer than, is a lot more similar to NL25 than it is to NL100, I think. And I think that's mostly because in this pool, there's not a ton of higher stakes volume, so you get some guys who are just grinding at a 100, um, like for leaderboard, etc. Okay. Okay, so we have ace king down here. Everybody folds. Ace king suited up here. And this table is terrible now. So okay, we flopped out a couple of different tables. just because they got really reggy. We'll just keep the grind on. We decided to call. I was just about to four bet the ace five suited. We're 200 bigs deep. I think calling is fine some portion of the time, at least in that spot. And over here with pocket fives, a little bit of a small three bet, and we're super deep. So not super deep, but 130, 140 bigs deep. So definitely going to be calling there. We do brick it though again. Go for a little bit of value with ace 10 over here. Well, triple check the queen is one way to do it. Okay. Up here, we're just going to probably fold to a bet for pancakes. And down here, pick up pocket kings, facing an under the gun open. Appreciate everybody hitting that thumbs up button. There's an 8. Oh, thank you. So apparently there's an 8 on our stream title. So we are going to just slip around and adjust that quick. So just bear with me for a minute. So session's been pretty swingy today so far. Haven't made a lot of big hands. Um, haven't been in a lot of great spots. We got pocket nines over here. A lot of bad cards from the turns and rivers. So been a bit of a grind today, but we haven't played a whole ton. But we are continuing to rip. So down here, like villain raises, we call flop goes check check. Bets on the ace. We do end up taking it down, of course. A really small three bet over here from villain. We have a limp. We ISO. It goes 10.8. So we are just going to set mine this, being 100 bigs deep, basically, and getting pretty good odds to do it. Checks back flop. Okay, just folding. We don't fold 100%. Queen's not good for us. It's great for him. Uh, our hand specifically just kind of wants to try to get to showdown when it can. Um, so we're just gonna be in a gross spot on turn and river. That villain does like to bluff though, so that is one of the caveats to potentially wanting to call in that spot. And we three bet the ace eight suited, villain folds, we take it down, and we 2x the the turn. When flop goes check check, take it down. We pick up kings the very next hand. So we're definitely trying to grow the stream. If anybody has any ideas to improve the stream, definitely let me know. Um, what you think. Think we're gonna go for it here in the bottom right. This snap calls. Well, we're kind of stuck now. I'm just going for it. The snap calls are weird, like, but we're not going to win with seven high. We don't block a whole lot. He has some king jack in there, some queen X that might fold to a triple off. Um, Snap calling's usually them trying to look strong because they don't want to keep calling bets. So we're just going to go for it here, and we'll see how it goes. Likely has a weak queen. He may decide to just call given pot size. But, the snap calling again is just never all that strong. So I feel a little bit better blasting um, into those when the river's kind of breaks off. Okay, pick up Queen 10 suited. Okay, Pimples leaves. A lot of turnover on the tables tonight. A lot of turnover on the tables tonight. Okay. Our queen's not really strong enough to get three streets, so we're going to take a bet check. Bet check, bet line on this one. Okay. And we will value bet river. Like the queen 10 doesn't look super strong here. Some people might think, well, what are you going to get called back? Like you're losing to 7x and you're losing to like queen jack, queen king now. But like queen king off doesn't always three bet. Queen king suited always three bets. Ace queen always three bets. Queen jack suited can three bet and call, and queen jack off can three bet and call. But he also has every single suited queen in his calling range there. So we're actually going to have probably more than a lot of people are giving credit for in those spots. Any PLO in here? I don't play it very much. I do play every once in a while when there's like 1,000 big blind stacks in there. Um, who's a whale? Unfortunately, we're a massive PLO whale too, so it generally doesn't go all that well. But it's definitely worth a shot for sure. Okay, so what happened here? We raised, so we get min clicked here, and then he goes pot pot. I'm just gonna fold the jack. I think the amount of times that we're actually ahead here is extremely small. Um, so I'm super happy just getting out of the way, facing that aggression from a villain. It's very unlikely they're gonna like min three bet and then flop pot as a bluff, and we're not gonna beat any value in that scenario. Okay, so down here we opened the um nice. Money's just going in here. We just gotta get it in here. I don't want to slow roll. Big pot. Okay. We just need to hold for a 300 big blind pot here. Runs it once. Is that good? Yes, the king is good. Perfect. Okay. That should be pretty decent session saver there. Eat a Bag of Donks asks, what buy-in strategy or how many buy-ins before moving up to NL100? So I'm kind of using 100 buy-ins, um, just because I like to not worry about it. With that said, we're at about 80 buy-ins right now. We took a shot the other day. We told ourselves, I think it was in the last stream, maybe the stream before that. Um, we took some NL100 shots and then lost about 4.5 buy-ins. Okay, I don't need this table up. We got that table here. Okay, and then we'll be going back to NL 100 soon enough. It wasn't anything crazy. Well, it was crazy. It was just a lot of big hands that we lost. A lot to Baxter there. But we had I think we had lost the sets twice, and then we lost with pocket aces in like 170 big blind pot. Or sorry, each. So it was like a 300 plus big blind pot. Maybe it wasn't quite that big. But it was a four bet pot. We had pocket aces. He flopped a set with sevens. That was the end of it. Okay, so over here, we opened the ace five suited. Villain called, didn't three bet us. So we know he doesn't have like nines, queens, kings. Shouldn't have too many sixes either. Jack 10, some portion of the time. Some queen X and king X. Obviously, the king's really good for our opening range, so we are going to double barrel it. And villain saves us the trouble of having to worry about a um, river bluff or not, so we can just fold and get it out of the way very comfortably. Very happy to not bluff it off. Um, Luke DeWitt says I would start streaming on Twitch. We are on Twitch, and it is up and running currently. If you actually go into the description of this video for anybody else watching and check it out, you will find the link at the very bottom where it says videos. It says our like channel here on YouTube, videos about, and then the link over to the stream. And we'll follow this hand up here. So I'm just catching up here. And we'll just stick it in for him. When he's that committed, the money's going in. So he raised, oh wow, that seems crazy to me. I guess I made a mistake shoving there, potentially. I don't know. Must have had just complete air. Is that the guy I just stacked for a ton of money a second ago? No, that was somebody else. I don't know. I think that's fine when they put in like 70% of the stack and there's two flush draws out there. I don't think we do anything but just stick it in there. Could argue checking back or calling. Just calling all rivers. Solisa, is Gigi harassing you all with the info about work and shit? Heard others mention that, but they haven't asked me anything. That's weird. Solo 100 buy-ins, but yes, I play 100 buy-ins. 100 buy-ins per table you play. So I play 100 big blinds. I always buy in for, and I like to have 100 buy-ins per stake. Yes, um, which is like super crazy, realistically. Especially when you hit 100 buy-ins for the lower stake, you should be like shot taking realistically like crazy at the stake above that. But I'm a giant nit, so when it comes to bankroll, I like to just, I mean, it is what it is. Like it takes a little bit longer to grind the stakes, but as long as you're turning up, a good profit, you'll get there pretty quickly. Um, if you want to. And I just like to feel comfortable with whatever stake I'm playing. If I'm worried about like losing a couple buy-ins here and there, or it like tilts me because it's like double the money, then I'm not playing. as I should be playing. So I just think you need to have whatever makes you feel comfortable. And as long as you reduce stakes as needed, it probably, doesn't matter too much. But as long as you're disciplined with that, it's going to be key. People who have given the info when they signed up, they still had to give the info. Yeah, that's weird. I've got nothing about that. I imagine it would come in through the client so people can't miss it versus just directly to your email. But I haven't actually heard anything about that. Huh. That seems super strange. King seven suited, we bump. Appreciate everybody who is watching the stream. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to follow over on Twitch if you're not already. Okay, up here, we're going to be blasting. We ISO'd. Actually called. We flopped. Where do we want to go here? We just want to go as big as possible, I think. And we boat up on the river. Money's going in. We got a lot of action on all kinds of different tables here. So we're jamming here. We got kings over here. Okay, villain snap calls 10-9. Yeah, can't do much there versus him when he limp calls. Kings over here. We flop two pair on another table, but bet folded flop. They bet. We bet flop. They folded. So we'll just follow the kings for now. Here we raise. Okay, we're gonna call here. Okay, get kings. Would we three bet that hand? No action. Then we pick up aces. See if we get some action here or not. Oh yes, per table, yes. I open with well, I don't want to go there. 714 or let's go like 28, being how deep we are. I'm not sure the exact sizing when you're this deep. Let's show the aces. I don't play Argentina anymore, so I don't know. But my friends have shown me as a guy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I bet it's ridiculous. Over here, we pick up pocket eights. We open. Small blind three bets us. Obviously, 150 bigs deep. We can comfortably set mine versus the 12 big sizing. Standard 100 big blind sizing. So, uh, okay. So he checks to us. It's a very good spot for us to be in. Queen's not super great. We would have liked to see anything that wasn't another face card. Yeah, it goes full pot. Eh? Interesting. We lose to a lot. I think we can just let this hand go. Um, move on to the next one. Okay, the next hand is pocket queens. Three bet the queens. Yeah, per table, I buy in with 100 big blinds always. Never anything else. Never, ever, never, ever. Okay, three bet the ace 10 suited up here. Yeah, it always seems that either Twitch is bopping or YouTube's bopping. Right now we're at about 10 viewers. Not really sure what I would want to do. I know 13 now. So yeah, it's bumping up. I don't know. The stream's going been definitely been growing a lot lately. We also don't do long enough streams, and when we do stream, they're always at like early mornings. So I think if we actually streamed around this time and we did like 4 or 5 hour streams, we could probably grow pretty quickly. The goal is obviously we're hunting that 40 average viewers, um, which is going to take a while, I think, to get to it, just given how often we can actually stream and whatnot. But okay, we take it down with ace 10, ace 5 suited. We'll gotta be careful with that. We're gonna put this up. Then over here with the king queen, we're gonna bump up. Take it down with the ace 5. I rock call. So I rock here is like probably the worst person to have on your left. Um, Interesting. We will defend here. He's very aggressive. Like he's very whaley. He likes to whale about. But when they're on your direct left, it's definitely a tough spot to be in some portion of the time. We just need to like tighten up a lot on that table, actually. So I'm gonna tag that. Try to keep that in the back of my head. Down here, we open the ace-8 off, small blind calls. Obviously, this board, we're just gonna be continuation betting a whole bunch. So I think we average probably like 10, probably 10, I would say, right now. Per stream, 10, 11, something like that. Up here, we're not too worried about like pocket nines. Plus, given nobody three bet us and two hit for you didn't squeeze. Uh, so we're gonna have the best hand a lot there, plus the club draws for backup. We're gonna attack that board pretty aggressively. Pick up pocket queens here. Do appreciate everybody who is hanging out. We're just gonna defend against. Oh man, if I see another ace when I have queens or kings, I'm gonna blow a gasket. And there's a king. Um, I guess like we can have the best hand here some portion of the time for sure, like pocket tens or something. And we do have four outs to the nuts, so I think it's kind of a have to call spot. Um, but yeah, we're just check down now. Ace 10. Makes enough sense. Okay, down here we have pocket aces. So villain cold calls are three bet is what happened. Tabs opened, we three bet, and he cold called. Um, his range is going to be like vastly like pocket tens, pocket jacks, maybe some pocket eights, pocket nines in there. We are just going to call here, and then we're just pretty much check calling any turn card, even the flush. Like we're just obviously committed at this point to put the money in. Yeah, I hate short stacking. No thanks. I wonder if he thinks that hard with a set. I think we have to check here. I think if we jam, like I don't really know what he calls a jam with. I think pocket tens of a heart, pocket jacks of a heart. I think we do jam here actually for value. Queen king with like a heart, queen jack with a heart, stuff like that. All can call here. Um, do you post on social media when you go? No, I need to though. I don't really have like social media though either. Like I have Instagram, but I have like 0 followers on it. Yeah, some guys do very well playing it. I just hate it personally. I think there's that build a shed. He plays 20 bigs randomly. It's definitely like a high rake, strategy. And sure, you can do. People can make money with it. I don't. I'm not a big fan of it. So Villa did end up folding that hand. I'm pretty sure we had that on the stream. Okay, so up here, villain three bet us again, very tiny, checked flop. So we're just going for value now, and he's gonna bluff a ton. So I'm actually gonna check call river. Of course, he has his jack. Ah, that's some tiltiness right there. And he leaves. Oh wow, that'll drive you up the wall, won't it? Over here, we decided to call against the big squeeze. We do hit the ace on the flop. Okay, sorry. I just kind of got distracted with a bunch going on. Okay. Over here with the ace king, so we opened, or what happened? Yeah, we opened. It went call. He squeezed. We called. He bet flop. We called. He bet turn. We called. We do lose to king queen now. We lose to ace jack, ace 10, pocket jacks, pocket tens. We do beat all the bluffs. We beat ace five. We beat ace queen. We just have to call off here, of course. Yes. His hand's pretty good to bluff with, realistically, I think, on the river. Um, because weak aces that we do have are going to fold, and he blocks like a big portion of a hand like that we have that could be crushing that board, which is pocket jacks. And because we didn't four bet pre, we don't have ace king all that often. Uh, just like sort of some portion of the time. And down here, we're going to three bet the ace jack offsuit against the button three bet, and we're going to defend the king 10 off over here. We do get shoved on, we're going to fold. We're just going to call down here with the ace nine suited. Okay. Between streaming and everything else, we've got a couple three-handed tables. I'm just going to leave them because it's actually like pretty difficult to keep up with those and with the tables and with this and with that. That's fine. Just drag a couple other tables in. All right, we got to stop calling over bets here. I don't know what's going on lately, but we just keep calling them, thinking villains are bluffing, and that's just not a thing. We're running into sets and flushes and everything else. So that bit of spew that keeps happening. Needs to end ASAP. Okay, down here, pocket kings. We're gonna bump that up. Kings versus ace jack suited, all in pre. Let's put another heart up. One more heart, he's down to 2 outs. Oh, he's got 5 outs now. It is hard to go run or two pair though. So I think we should be good. Bingo. We did lose a pretty big pot up here. We squeezed. He called. Barreled flop. He called. Turn. Put the forced club up, and we just had a check fold. Queen 10. Bump. Yeah, I'd much rather play like less tables than play short as well. We're three bet the ace jack suited. Villain folds. King jack. We will bump up. I'm not sure like when everybody's playing really. Okay. So yeah, this we've had the biggest. This has been the like most swingy session I've had in a long time. So far we've played 2,700 hands, and hold on, I'm not sure which table we're on here. I think we're on what the bottom left one. Yeah, correct. And this is the chart so far. Up 50, down 120, back up to almost even, back down 120, back up to almost even, back down 150, and then back up to 50, then back down even. So she's been swingy today. There's a few spots I've called which hasn't been helping. I've been overcalling like against big aggression, uh, which is never going to pay off very well long term. We're just jumping on a few wait lists for some better tables. Um, there are quite a few tables that are um, not great. We'll say that. Getting hot in here. I turn the air down. Okay. Pick up pocket queens. Okay, we got ourselves a decent table, so let's pick a table to leave here. That one's okay. Um, Probably be this table here leaving. Yeah, because like this Latimer villain always tanks all of his decisions. So I think we're gonna push that specific table out. Move on to the next one. Yeah, I mean I'm fine with overbetting. I mean I've been calling their overbets too often. Sorry, hold on. Let's okay. We're leaving this table. Okay, fold 60 soft. Figuring about the king 10 off as well. Okay, we've got a big here. We need to go on to get out alive today. We've been eaten alive by the rake this time. Okay, e6 suited. We're gonna raise the ISO. Was fold. So I got raised the limp. We'll fold the Drew this time. Ace five, ace four, definitely squeezing. Okay, over here we see bet flop, three bet pre, see bet or limp called or something like that. We bet calls. I think we'll check the three. Snap checks back. Be interesting to see what he has. It's probably gonna be like Jack Queen, Jack 10. A fast board or King Deuce suited. Okay. Got once he calls that board, it's unlikely he's gonna have too many hands that are willing to fold in that spot. Oh boy. Here we go. There's the streaming misclick for you, everybody. At least we have ace queen. Meant to type in 8.5 and then I hit enter. And I don't know what I meant to do, but it wasn't that. But we got it alive. Okay, down here we three bet pre. Pretty good board for our range. So we do barrel. And down here we opened ace king suited. And we just take that down. And we did take it down over here as well with the three bet C bet. Okay. Do appreciate everybody who is checking out the stream, whether it's here on YouTube or on Twitch. Both are up and running. We always stream to both sites when the opportunity is there. Nice. So we did three bet. What happened there? Wow, that was a key three bet we called. Okay. And we're going to be three betting up here as well against this villain. Folding here, folding the queen six, folding a lot of tables. Whoa. Okay, so we three bet and Dot Corey cold calls us. A bit more of an interesting spot here. Um, huh. Let's see how this plays out. A lot of like queens, kings, aces in that range for that guy. Ace, king bricks. We block pocket tens. Interesting spot. I don't know if I should shove here for value or what. That's probably the proper play. I think I'll check. Not sure. It's just so. Yeah, he's in the big blind. We three bet. He cold calls 12 bigs, then bets half pot when checked to him. I think I'm just gonna fold. Just burning money on this table, but I can't see any reason that we'd want to call there and be ahead. I mean, all of our ace kings, ace queen bricks are probably proper. I don't really know. I feel like I'm crushed there, to be honest, but I think, yeah, I don't. When we go three quarters pot on flop, I don't ever see him calling like his ace king, king queen. Not this villain. Uh, so I think the vast majority of the time, it's just like a slow play, jacks, queens, kings, aces. Even the jacks, I don't know if he's gonna blast there on the turn. This really feels strong. I don't know. I imagine we're supposed to, if we go three quarters pot on flop, we're probably supposed to check call turn. Um, Even the fact that we probably have five outs, I would think almost for sure makes it a call. I don't really know. Here we're just gonna let the nines go. And we have ace jack suited down here. Okay, we're gonna three bet the fours down here some portion of the time or fold them. And we do squeeze the ace jack suited up here, and we're gonna open the pocket threes. Okay, we get the fold down here with the fours. So pretty much anything, like if the club falls or an ace, we're gonna shove turn. Obviously, like he raised, he called, we squeezed. The king's very good for our flop. We bet half pot. He tank calls, which is interesting. And then I think I'm just gonna jam here. It doesn't feel great. We have four outs to make the nuts. We do have an ace. He could have like king jack, king queen here, which probably is most likely holding when he calls and then calls flop. We're kind of just stuck shoving when we pick up all that equity. Yeah, exactly. or our aces. Okay, well, nice hand. We block aces, so it is what it is. We still have four outs. The turn barrels haven't been going great for us tonight. Okay, we're gonna three bet the queen jack suited. This table in general has not been great for us. We got stacked by IROC, and then we just got stacked by Mommy Wanna Vape. King's just so good for our range. When we run into the aces there, it is what it is. I think when there's a villain behind, even though he's a fish, it's still less likely that he's gonna. I think it's more likely he raises with a villain behind. Fold to king four. Okay, let's focus back in here a little bit. Okay, pick up the king queen up here. God, my nose is driving me nuts. We are gonna peel one here with the two pair. And down here, the money goes in with pocket tens or fours. We do fold the two pair here with the king queen versus the bet. If I had like ace king, ace queen, we could justify calling some portion of the time. But we lose to all the jack X and straights and all the ace X two pairs and stuff, which are still going to value bet some portion of the time for sure. Okay. Ace deuce versus the limp. We're just going to ISO. You're going to bump the kings. It's been an extremely roller coaster session. So we did get back to plus 50 at one point, and then we lost a bunch of hands recently to go down and back down to down 40-ish, I guess. Okay, we're fold the king. Or sorry, just check back on this board. Okay. Okay. We want the Queen Jack suited. What is going on today? It's probably one of the swingest sessions we've had in a while, for sure. Down here we have min click, 3-bet by Mike B's. I think we just all down. Stays queen, perfect. Holy Moses, what is going on here? We are getting a little tilty here. So we just 3-bet this guy up here. He called with Queen 6 suited, flopped a both. Flopped the King 5 suited down here. And we're going to 3-bet the Ace King off up here. And we're going to 4-bet the Ace King down here. Um, so we 3-bet he calls, we bet the flop he calls. Queen's not great on the turn, so we're going to check back and then I guess we'll value bet river once it checks to us now. Does fold. Okay. Let's 3-bet the sevens here some portion of the time. Okay, we opened here pre. Film called. Just one of those hands where against a wreck, he's just going to fold so often that I'm just happy to bet. Like if he doesn't have an ace, he's just going to fold. Appreciate everybody who is here checking out the stream. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that thumbs up. It really does help promo the channel, and we do very much appreciate it. Okay, 9-7 suited. I'm just going to fold here. Okay. We are looking to get back to NL 100 shortly. The last stream, for those of you guys just joining, we did shoot NL 100 and got into some pretty bad spots. Called, I think that there's a couple, it was all sets and stuff like that that we lost big hands with. But I think there's a couple spots we definitely could have got away from for not so much. What's your plan for rake back? Any specific reward targeted? Soul Squeeze asks. We're on Twitch. I'm not really sure. I think like the idea would be to try to get to the 50K, obviously, because then you're only missing out on a couple points of your max rake back. Um, but so I'm just gonna pull that up here. I forget. That's what here. Let's just pull this up. So pocket sixes, we defend against the 3-bet. I think it's the 2,500. That's going to be the goal, I think, most often um, for a lot of rigs. So basically, if your fake rakeback is 60%, if you take the one for the like 2,500, you're basically back to like 50% rakeback, which is obviously bullshit. Uh, but nonetheless, it's still better than pretty much any other option you have out there. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm shooting for, I think, is the 2,500. Of course, he's pocket fives. Why would he not have pocket fives today? Ay, ay, ay. That mostly sums up our day, though. For the team. But yeah, so anyways, we're gonna shoot for that. Goal is also to get the man. Can't get ahead here on this. Every time we're almost out, we're just getting pulled back in. Like the odds that that guy three bets us with pocket fives is so low. Right, we need to like tighten up a bit here, I think. We're so used to playing against all the nitty regs that when we do get into these games with some fish and stuff, we're spewing a little bit more than we want to be. But yeah, anyways, 2,500 is what we're shooting for. Uh, should be relatively doable. I don't really know. Like once we really start grinding, we see how many gems we can collect. Because I don't even know if the stats they're telling us are correct based on everybody's like rake back tracking. Nobody's getting like Dolphin, you're supposed to get 300. Nobody's actually gotten 300 yet, from what I've seen and people I've talked to when they track their own rate versus how many gems they're collecting during that session. It's not adding up properly. Not sure about this call. Holy man. Well, team, this is not. I think we're back down to our all-time low again for the session. Pretty damn close. She's been a roller coaster. No action with kings. Let's bring this back over here again. Might as well keep the stream up to date. So we were up and down and then up and then back down and then back up and then back down and then way up and then way back down. So GG's getting the rake back out of us today. That's for sure. I just can't string much together. Three bets are getting called 24/7. We're getting four bet. Our C bets aren't working. We're bricking flops. We're running into it. We're calling too much. That's definitely a negative. It's going to be a lot of this chart is definitely calling off too much. Like we should be up here, but we keep. It's definitely been a few mistakes where we've called off in spots we should definitely not have called off in. Uh, yeah, that's fine. We can adjust. Okay, we're gonna three bet the king jack off up here. And 10-9 suited. We do three bet this quite often as well to defend some portion of the time. It's a board we're going to lead quite often. It's a bit of a better lead against like a mid position open because obviously the button's going to have a bunch of hands here, but it's a very good board for our specific hand range. Pin 6-3 off, we're going to fold. Okay, we got king 7. Man, this is wild. It's just so consistently like up and down too. Okay, we're gonna fold 4-3 off. London voice. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why this guy keeps asking that. I swear, London voice. Isn't this like the fourth time you came on stream and asked that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Taryn Jit 1993 asked, "What's the bankroll at for the 100K?" Bankroll is at, I'm not sure exact numbers for this section, but we'll say it's somewhere in this ballpark right now. Okay, hold 6-5. Man, I hate getting sick. Get tired too. So let's pull up the graph. For those of you guys just checking it out, let's pull up the graph for the year so far. We'll do just NL50, I guess. So we're cruising for the last couple weeks. Hmm. I mean, today hasn't been great. We're at almost 4,000 hands, 3,500, 4,000 hands or something. Oh, it's been a roller coaster. Some of that is definitely us. Um, it's definitely called in some spots we probably could have folded. Um, so just paying off a little bit too much, I think, today in a few spots. But I mean, we're also kind of just running into it. We hit a straight, they hit a flush. We hit a set, they hit a bigger flush. We hit a set, they run, make a straight on the river. Yada, yada, yada. All part of it. Sure. Just try to get the chart pulled up here. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. I do greatly appreciate it. Um, looks like everybody has been hitting it. We are after a couple goals, realistically. We're just taking a quick break. But for starters, all right, we're just gonna sit everything out here. Fold that hand. Okay, we'll be right back. Just getting a quick drink. 50K obviously would be mint, but there's no way. Not 25K. It'd be tough. Be tough. The other rake back was always better. Like the original rake back, because everybody's getting less rake back now. It's the only way you actually like. It says you're a dolphin, you get 60%. Well, you actually only get 50% essentially, unless you hold out and wait to the very, 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 very end to get there. So here is the current graph. Okay, hold on. Apologize. Let's switch down to this table. It's going to be the easiest one, I think, to see it. Okay, we pick. So here's our graph. This is from January 1st on. We played 62,000 hands. I'd like to get that up significantly higher, but not bad so far. Uh, and this is all straight NL50. So we're up 3,500. Obviously, this is pre rate in PokerCraft and pre rate back. So this works out to basically like 12 BBs per 100 pre-rake is what we're beating the game for. And then we're paying about 11 big blinds, give or take, in rake. And then we get about 60% rake back plus leaderboard. So we're right around like 7, 8 BBs per 100, um, like locked or less. So take that for whatever you think it's worth. But I'm overall like pretty happy with that. Slow start to the year. I think we've improved in a few spots. We were getting really pummeled in the big blind, playing the big blind pretty poorly. So we've adjusted that, which has added to the to the win rate quite a bit. Um, and just picking some better spots overall. So, been honestly quite happy with how it's been turning out. Benjamin Ben Benjamin Squirrett says, "Well, hello from Manhattan, Illinois. Welcome to the channel, sir. Thank you for subscribing and checking it out. I look forward to having you as a part of our team here. Appreciate. Why is nothing typing today? I've been thinking about getting a Discord up and going. Haven't yet. Forgot an E there. Um, I also noticing that because I'm chatting so much tonight, I'm really not focused on the tables very well. It's definitely leading to some less than optimum decisions, I would say. So here we three bet the pocket nines, villain calls, flop comes 10-4 deuce. Money's just going in with his stack size. Okay, Jack 4, we're just gonna fold. Juju's been running pretty hot tonight, I think. He's doing a lot of bet check blasting. Um, Again, just not really a spot here we want to be calling, I don't think, with tens. Yeah, I don't believe you for a second. So down here we raised, it's rose, three bet us, we called, she barreled a flop, we called, and we're gonna give her a chance to blast river here. She gives up. No value in betting for us there anyways. Maybe a tiny bet gets called with ace high some portion of the time, but I think not very often. One thing I would like to actually check is, I feel like I've been spewing money to Drew a little bit. So I'm gonna check this session. Just calling a lot when he's bet check betting us. Let's just see if I'm correct in that. Yeah, it has felt that we've been getting run over a bit. Okay, take it down over here with the a7 suited. Okay. Yeah, no really big losses tonight. There's just no big wins, no big losses. Just been a lot of up and down, up and down, up and down. So our biggest win was 84 bucks and our biggest loss was 85 bucks. So there hasn't been much going one way or the other. It just really, just one of those nights where not much has happened. Getting a lot of queens, kings, and getting, the flops got two overcards on it with the jacks or the queens, etc. Um, so this really hasn't been a lot we can do. Um, okay, interesting spot here. We have pocket fours. The guy fiddled with his chips. He's obviously very tight. Um, Over here, we're just jamming on this turn. We are going to just call the queens over here. Villain did fold to that jam. So, like, Villain's obviously pretty nitty. His three bets 4%. Attempt to steal, PFR, all that jazz. Obviously, the queens are just calling here. We're beating ace queen. We're beating pocket tens. We're beating, or sorry, ace king, ace queen suited, pocket tens, pocket jacks. I don't think he has ace queen suited too often, but he definitely has ace king. Definitely has tens and jacks, probably at least some portion of the time. I think a lot of villains will overplay that range. Now, if he checks here, I'm going to check back, and I'm just going to pretty much call any river that's not an ace or a king. Tens, okay. We're losing to pocket tens though now. But I think like his aces, his kings, his jacks, his ten, they're just going to keep blasting on turn. Um, Ace king takes this line a lot. Yeah, I don't know. We're never folding, kind of no matter what. Whether we get it in pre, we run it here. Like it's just not our night. Okay, fold the 4-3 suited. Yeah. So, anyways, this whole hand here. I don't even care anymore about how much we've lost. Just is what it is at this point. Um, like it's not like you're getting tricked when he checks this turn, right? Um, with the pocket queens here. Like it just is what it is. He four bets, you call, you get this board, the money's just going in. There's not really like the check doesn't trick anybody. I just don't really understand it too much with the over pairs. Like he should just be going like bet, 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 like shove, get it in there. Um, anyways, oh boy, sneeze attack. Oh, excuse me. Shane, stop. Okay, we have ace queen suited over here. Rhoda, I'm tilted. Oh man, sneezes are coming in for the team. Okay, we'll bump the ace five suited up here. Holy man. Okay, ace clubs, we're just gonna be blasting here. And up here we raised pre, got called. Gonna continue blasting. And we do take it down. Holy man. Chain stopping. She is nuts. Okay, I'm just gonna be c-betting here with the gut shot and overcard on this board. It's great in front range. Just keep barreling. Basically, this overbet, we're trying to fold out like 8-9, 7x, 10x, um, those types of hands. We just give up now on the river. Yeah. So the day continues of running into it. I've actually had aces and kings a lot. I just haven't won. I don't think I've won too much with them. And we're gonna three bet down here with the king queen off. Pretty dry board. Definitely one we want to be barreling quite often. Raised again. Villain does fold. We take that down. Meow says, "What's the new job thing?" Gee, I don't know what. I have no idea. Um, I haven't heard about it. Whatever it is. Holy man, we are getting run over on a couple tables. Not actually run over. We're just running into hands. Haven't been making many hands. We've missed a lot of draws. Okay. Ace King, pretty bad flop for us. We're just gonna check that. Man, just like this. It's got jack. Oh. Okay, pick up pocket queens, four-handed. Great spot to try to get one back here. We'll go to 18, and the money goes in. Queen versus ace five. Run it twice, sure, if you'd like to. There's the five. Spades. And a queen. Nice. All right, we take both the runouts. Thank God for the queen. Do appreciate everybody checking out the stream, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube. Nice to see the stream slowly but surely growing. Okay, pick up pocket tens. It's a good flop. Holy, come on now. Multi-way, we just check. We could see bet there a lot if we weren't. This table up here, we had like 300 bigs, and we've like casually just like bet folded all the way down consistently. Holy the deuces for the win. Oh my gosh, this is one of these days. Um, so we called flop, big to the turn, overbet the turn for value, and then the eight drops on the river, giving all of his two pairs a way better hand. Just start to decide if I think we beat. If he has just like ace X enough, but like he can't possibly, right? Versus this line. Bet we three bet call. We check, yeah. So we check raised flop. He called. Barreled big on the turn. He calls. Repair, I guess. Oh, should have known from the weak river bet. That's just like bonkers, though. But nice answer. It's a good card to bluff. It's the best card in the deck for him. I don't understand. I guess, yeah, I guess that makes sense to call flop. That's fine. The overbet's questionable, I would say, to call that. But we did get owned there, so nice hand. Sure. Oh, the Babby jackpot did go off today. 3 o'clock. Interesting. To another completely unknown person. Probably his first like run of hand and Sheppy. Nice. Okay. We're gonna value bet the king jack up here. And bet check bet. See if there's any other tables to jump on here. We get in line for that one. And Gotta get in line for this one as well. Okay, they call out of the big blind. It's not very great board for pair seven. We're just gonna look to get the showdown here. Perfect. Okay. So I think we're gonna end it there. Session's not going great. Getting a little bit tired. And can't really get a run of cards here, so I think we're gonna probably call it no action with ace king. Okay, we do get 3-bet here. So we're just going to be 4-betting with the ace king off against the button 3-bet. So we've been down 100, we've been down 3 buy-ins, and we've been even. 1, 2, 3, basically 4 different times today. That is wild. This is the wildest chart I've had in a while. People. But anywho, I do appreciate everybody who was here and is here checking out the stream. I hope to see everybody again next time. Uh, Looks like Twitch is popping off again. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. We do try to stream at least a couple times a week. Um, Post a couple videos and some shorts as well. So we're going to try to keep that trend rolling, hopefully, and just keep growing the channel.